Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. We talked about the story of Ibrahim alayhi salam and his four birds, and some of you mentioned that you want to know a little bit more about that story because we touched base on it, and we talked about the animals that were raised back to life in this world. So for that purpose, I opened Tafsir al-Qurtubi, which is written by Imam al-Qurtubi, in which he brings the detailed account of what exactly happened and which birds were they. So if you want to know about the details yourself, you can open Tafsir al-Qurtubi, and under this ayah, you can read about that tafsir. So Imam al-Qurtubi says that Ibrahim alayhi salam asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that he wants to witness with his own eyes how Allah will bring things back to life on the Day of Judgment. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered him to take four birds. Now Imam Qurtubi says that those four birds were peacock, rooster, pigeon, and a crow. And there is an explanation of the word fasurhunna, in which Imam al-Qurtubi says that includes the fact that Ibrahim alayhi salam is to raise these birds, and these birds get to know him as a pet and train them. And then once he spends some time with these birds and they are trained, to slaughter them, and after slaughtering, mix their meat, their feather, and everything together, mix it all up, and then after that take a piece of that minced meat and put it in four different locations on four different mountains. And then after that, make sure that the heads of these birds are with Ibrahim alayhi salam. Only the body parts are in the four different locations on the mountains. After that, Ibrahim alayhi salam should call these birds. So what happened was, when he called these birds, those mixed meat with feather and everything else, that started gathering together and forming a whole body without head. And each one of those birds without head started walking towards where the head was with Ibrahim alayhi salam, and they came to Ibrahim alayhi salam, and a body attached itself to the head. And once the formation was completed, Ibrahim alayhi salam looked at the birds. They were exactly the way they were before he slaughtered them. So this was an eyewitness account of how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bring things back to life. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran that, don't you remember that don't you know that I am the one who created you the first time? So don't you think I could recreate you? Now when you create something in this world, you can recreate it again. So I am the Khaliq of everything. I'm the Malik of everything. I'm the creator. I am the creator. Don't you think I can bring things back exactly the way they were before? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shows several signs in the Quran. So we read about two different prophets, Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam and Prophet Uzair alayhi salam, and they made dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They express their thought in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as a plea, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepted their du'as and showed them how things will be. Uzair alayhi salam with his own eyes saw an entire donkey from dust coming back to life, and Ibrahim alayhi salam saw the birds coming back to life from dust. So these are the details of the story of Ibrahim alayhi salam and the four birds. Let me know in the comment section below, and we will then continue with some more marvelous stories from Quran, where when we ponder about on these stories from the direction that I'm showing you, inshallah, you will gain more knowledge and insight into these ayahs from the Holy Quran. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.